everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Natalie from Nat Supports Autism. Thank you. Sorry it's been so long. As a disclaimer, I want to say this video is not meant for children. Since for some reason I can't get YouTube to let me have comments. For some reason. Anyway, sorry it's been so long. Welcome back. I just needed a break, and I was slammed with school, and it's just been crazy my life right now. Anyway, I wanted to start off this video by talking about special interests and how those can lead to jobs. So if you don't know what a special interest is, for a kid with autism, it's something they're extremely interested in, obviously, hence the name, and it's something that kind of can lead to obsessing over it. It's like they're focused on it and they want to know everything they can about it, or they totally do it all the time, or they are just interested in a way that can lead to people thinking, oh, they're not interested. That can lead to them not fitting in because that's maybe all they talk about, and they can't really read social cues, like I've said before, that say, oh, this is boring to other people. Like, let's say a kid really likes trains. Well, since they're autistic, that's all they seem to be able to talk about. So, like, they know all these facts about trains. They know facts about trains. They collect trains. They like talking about trains. They give trains names, let's say, or something like that. That could all be a special interest. For me, it was, I've always been into making up stories and kids' fantasies, so I was like, why don't I just turn that into a career and just start writing? And so I did, and that's what I'm here to talk about today, is if you're a parent with a kid with autism who has special interests, which all kids with high-functioning autism have special interests, help them, instead of shaming them for, oh, they're too old for this special interest, or they're too interested in this, I should get them interested in something else. Turn it into a job. Encourage them. Put them lessons in it. Like, if a kid really loves music and singing, then put them in lessons. Let them flourish in that and learn more about it. Or if they're super into drawing and they're always drawing and sketching, put them in art lessons. Let them flourish. Let them learn more about it. So maybe one day they can turn into a career. Think of Temple Grandin. She was always been into cattle and paying attention to noises, and she turned that into an amazing career. Think of what you could think of if your kid has a special interest and they could just flourish in that and become successful just because you let them do it, kind of thing. Like, I heard of parents who thought, oh, your kid's way too old for this. My kid's too old for this, so I should stop them from being interested in this. Like, I'm still into dolls. Like, to this day, I'm still into dolls and stuffed animals, and I can't help but think that maybe, if someone had discouraged me from that, I would have not come to writing, kind of thing. Part of my inspiration for writing came from all the stories I make up with my dolls and action figures with my brother and all that sort of thing. So if you find your kid seeing like they're too old for this sort of thing, then just encourage them in it. And teach them not to be ashamed of it. Because I know I would always be ashamed that I was playing with dolls because of where people would judge me for it. But sometimes there's nothing wrong with just letting them do it. My special interests were always horses. I would just learn everything I could about horses. For a while, I was super into marine biology. I kind of go through these series of obsessions. I'm always going to be into TV, obviously. But part of it is that I just go through these periods of obsessions with TV. My special interest, one of my special interests is TV, right? So I just go through phases where I just obsess over this one show or obsess over this one movie, and then I just completely forget about it and move on to something else. That's the way my special interest in TV works. Or my special interest is kids. I love kids. I want to work with kids. I want to adopt kids. I just love kids. And I'm trying to turn that into a career in my life. Like, you know, just only working with kids with autism would be cool, but not only that, just working with regular kids, a job at a daycare, anything like that would be good. So, don't give up on your kid. If they seem to be interested in something, just let them do it. Let them use it. And if you're someone with autism like me, who has always felt ashamed that their interest don't seem appropriate, or in fact, people lose interest in them because, let's say you are age appropriate and all you talk about is computers, and you know all these details about computers, don't be ashamed of it. Just learn that when people are bored, tell people, look, if you're bored with what I'm talking about, just tell me. Don't make these faces because I can't understand you. But I'm really into computers and I want to talk about them. Learn how to do that. Tell people what you need to them as opposed to just letting them lose interest in you because they're bored with what you're talking about. And also, just let it out. My opinion on the whole special interest thing is don't be ashamed of it. You know, and don't let people hold you down if they think you're boring or whatever they think about you. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you're using something you love to further your life. I think that's the most important thing for special interest, is to use it to support yourself and to make your life have a good quality of life. You know, that's what I believe about special interest. I don't think it's something to be worried about or something to be ashamed of. Just, you know, let it be. Now, what I'm saying is not to let your kid only focus on the one thing. Not to let them have friends or anything. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is turn it into a career. So maybe they can communicate with friends better. Maybe they can communicate better. Maybe they'll be able to talk about something else. If you're using their special interest into a certain thing, they'll be able to make friends and hang out with people. It's just, that's the way my life was. You know, I've always been into singing, and my mom put me in voice lessons, or when I started writing, it helped me be able to talk to people better. And I made friends instead of spending all my time. I made friends later in life. Well, not, you know, my closest friends I made later in life, but it's kind of like, okay, this is the important thing, is to remember to never let what other people think keep you down, but also use it. Don't. And then once you start using your special interest, I think you'll be able to flourish. All right, that's all I have to say for that. See you next time. Bye.